Hey guys, welcome to the 2017-2018 Week 2 League Managers Note. Today I'm not joined by anybody. It's just me, the commish, doing the League Managers Note by myself for the first time, and it's been a while. So bear with me. I am feeling a little under the weather today, but I did want to bring this to you guys. Joel is out of town. He is actually down in New Orleans watching the game. But anyway, let's get right down to it. This week, there were a lot of interesting matchups. Some duds, some surprises. Let's see here. We will start off with a surprise. Steven murdered Neiman this week, 8-3. Last week, Joel and I expressed concerns about Steven versus Neiman. We thought that Neiman might be able to give Steven a little bit more time, or a little bit harder of a time. And that just wasn't the case. Neiman put up 2 triple-doubles, and Steven still won 8-3. So Steven moves to 2-0. Congratulations to Steven this week. Next matchup, we have Eric over Kyle. Kyle, not a surprise. He's tanking, involved in a great trade today, in my opinion. But he'll lose this week. Eric, good game by him. Actually, I'm quite impressed with his team and what he's been able to do without IT. He snags his first win of the season. I want to move now to Adam over Matt. Today, Matt's team collapsed. It betrayed him. The trade that he made with Simmons for a first-round pick and Draymond for Millsap. I think Chris was involved in that trade, who was dropped today. And Ingles was involved in that trade, who was also dropped this week. So far, Matt has definitely lost that trade, if that was even a question beforehand. Draymond, 6 turnovers today. Matt ends up losing by 3 turnovers. That is certainly a bummer for Matt. He moves to 1-1. Adam gets his first win after an impressive showing last week against Simmons. The next one, we have Doug over Cody. Cody's still without Kawhi. Doug is putting up numbers. He continues his streak. He is now up to 7 wins in a row. Congratulations to Doug. Somebody needs to stop this man. Somebody needs to stop him. The next one we'll get into, and I'm bummed that Joel's not here, but we got Joel over Simmons, 5-3-3. Now, if Simmons could have got the triple-double tonight and 1 block from LeBron, he would have been able to beat the champ, but that didn't happen. The fact of the matter is, Joel's beat up. He doesn't have CP3. He is dealing with some injuries, dealing with some young players, and he still beat Simmons. Simmons lost Davis earlier in the week. I know that was a problem. I thought Simmons was actually going to win this one. I thought the champ was in trouble. Unfortunately, Simmons couldn't come out with the win there, so shout out to the champ who won. And last but not least, we have Mr. Modest beat CJ again. And that's every time. CJ has 0 wins against Mr. Modest. It's never going to happen. This week, I dealt with so many injuries. I cycled this week. He didn't. He ended up with still a 4-player advantage in games played, despite having Peyton out, and my team put up. His didn't. He made a trade during the week to get Jordan. It just didn't matter. CJ, I even sat people today. Okay, let me put this into perspective for you. I had 8 games lost due to either injury or a player not playing. You had a 4-player advantage, and I sat 3 people today. That's a total of 15 games. We're talking about 15 plays, and you still couldn't get it done. I was like a boa constrictor today. I just slowly suffocated you this week, and then I took it from you. You had a lot to say last week when we were sitting in the basement, and Joel will attest. I'm not going to let you live this one down. I still got it done. Mr. Modest 2-0. Moving on, we'll get into my power rankings. It's actually nice that nobody was here this week to talk about it with me. You'll get a lot of my true feelings without any influence from anybody or hearing anything or any kind of bias. So here we go. Sorry, a little sick, like I said. Number 12, we're going to stay with Kyle. Kyle, you're probably not going to move from number 12. It would be really hard for you to do that. Number 11 is Cody. Cody it's not that he's playing poorly. He doesn't have Kawhi. We're not sure how he's going to perform. But he remains at the number 11 spot. Number 10, CJ. I'm going to move you outside of the playoffs because, number 1, I beat you. This one may be a little biased, but I don't care. I beat you. You're 0-2. And this week you face, let's see here, Neiman. So, a tough matchup coming up for you. So, I'm going to put you at number 10. Hopefully, Neiman, we'll see how that game goes. I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm still debating over that one. That one's one that I've debated on a lot, at least tonight. But, like I said, number 10 is going to be... Number 9 is going to be Eric. And I put Eric there for a very specific reason that we'll get to later. He moves up 1, got his first win this week. Number 8 is Matt. He actually moves down 2 spots after collapsing today. Boy, that trade already came back and got you. That sucks. Number 7, we're going to put Doug here. He actually moves up 1 spot to number 7, winning 7 in a row. I thought it was appropriate. We'll put him at 7. Congratulations, Doug. You are moving right up. Players are playing well. I know you mentioned moving Harrison Barnes, so we'll see if anything happens there. Number 6, Adam. After beating Matt, you moved up. I think you made an interesting acquisition with Drummond today. You're definitely going to put up a lot more double-doubles. You're going to see a little bit more rebounding like you wanted to see. So I have you at number 6 here. Number 5, I have moving down 1 spot, Neiman, after he took the loss to Steven. I didn't want to keep Neiman in the top 4, only because I think there are 4 more deserving teams. And after he lost, I kind of put him down there. And his matchup with CJ this week, like I said, is so close that I did want to put him outside the top 4. Coming in at number 4 is Simmons. Simmons, I put you at number 1 last week. I thought you were going to have the champ when he was injured. You kind of let me down, so this week I moved you down to number 4. He's 1-1. This week he plays Matt at Matt. So, an interesting matchup to say the least, but I have to put you at number 4. You lost despite Joel having CP3 out, and you really let me down. Oh, that sucks, man. Number 3, I'm obviously going to put Joel here. Had him at number 5 last week. He's still injured CP3, so he's 1-1. I didn't feel right punishing the top 2. Who are 2-0, and number 2, Joel moved up 2 spots from number 5. Like I said, I just think that with CP3 still injured, we're not sure what's going to happen. If he can get another win, he'll quickly move up. We'll see what happens. Now, the top 2 players here, I really, really looked at this hard. I wanted to give it as unbiased as I could. Coming in at number 2 is Steven Thornhill. And this is why I put Steven here this week. He plays Eric this week. And you know what? I'm going to take Eric. And I'm going to tell you why I take Eric here coming up, so stay tuned. I have Steven at number 2. That's actually a move up one spot. And obviously at number 1, I have Mr. Modest. It's really hard to be modest about this one. I will say that it took me a lot of thought, and I really didn't want to put myself up here, but I play Kyle this week. Things are really looking up. I've got the big 3 from the Raptors now. I have Schroeder. Oh boy, I have a lot of good free throw shooters, not a lot of turnovers. This team will choke you out. I can't wait. I can't wait. So with that, that's my power rankings. Love to hear your guys' opinion. I can't wait to hear Joel's opinion after he gives this a listen. So we'll get right into my predictions for next week. Next week, it is Mr. Modest at home taking on Kyle. 2-0 versus 0-2. Kyle, this isn't the week your luck changes, my friend. Mr. Modest wins in a landslide. Next one, we've got Joel over Cody. I think Joel's going to win. He's 1-1 versus Cody, who's 0-2. Joel's the home team. Even with CP3 out, I think he'll be more than enough to take on Cody without Kawhi. So Joel wins that one. The next one is Simmons and Matt. Matt's home. Both teams are 1-1. It's interesting. I'm really going to watch this week and see how Draymond performs against Millsap. So far, like I said, Simmons destroyed on that trade, got a number 1 and Millsap. And Millsap today got the double-double, which was the only reason why Simmons was put into that position to be able to win with LeBron. And like I said, Draymond costed Matt the matchup. Simmons is going to win here. Matt, just don't panic. Don't panic. Nobody panic. It's only week 2. It's only week 2. Here we go. The next one I have is Adam and Doug. Adam is the home team, I believe. Yes, Adam's the home team. And boy, this one's tough. Doug having the 7-0 run that he's having, I wanted to keep picking him. But the problem is here, Adam made the interesting acquisition for Drummond. And if you look this week, double-doubles were very, very close. If you compare Adam and Doug and you go down, there's actually 4 that are either tied or within 1. Doug has the triple-double advantage, so him being the away team here does make Ben Simmons' triple-double very, very interesting. If that can happen, Doug will continue his streak. But if not, Adam may have sacrificed a little bit of scoring in his trade today, but he had a ton of scoring. He proved it again this week, so I'm going to go ahead and pick Adam. I'm going to pick against the triple-double from Ben Simmons more than picking against the teams. Doug is still banged up, so I feel comfortable picking Adam there. The next one I have is going to be Neiman at CJ. CJ, you're at number 10 because you're going to lose to Neiman. You're going to lose. Neiman is going to put up a triple-double, and he's somehow going to beat you. All of your big men they get double-doubles a lot, okay? But they certainly failed you this week. Neiman, good luck to you. Hopefully you can maintain that top 5 rating. Other than that, moving on. The last one, and definitely the most interesting one to me, is Steven versus Eric. Now, the reason why I moved Eric up to number 9 over CJ and kept CJ at the 2 is if you compare those two, Eric actually wins 6-4-1. And listen to this. He is within 2 rebounds. He is 7 assists higher. He is 4 steals higher. He's 4 blocks higher. They are tied turnovers, and he won by 4 double-doubles. Now, that is 6 categories that are extremely, extremely close. And Eric is playing without IT. Steven is playing without Whiteside. Whiteside is exactly why rebounds are so close. Is exactly why double-doubles are so close. Turnovers, blocks. So it's extremely interesting. If Steven has Whiteside this week, I believe there's a very, very good chance that he'll be able to hold on and beat Eric. If he doesn't, though, I think Eric could surprise Steven and beat him. Eric, I'm almost certain, is the home team. No, Steven is the home team. So Eric's going to have a good week, maybe a Greek triple-double. Like I said, those 6 categories are extremely close. I'm going to pick Steven, but I want Steven to be aware I have him on upset alert. Other than that, thanks for joining me. Sorry that I'm sick. My mind's a little scatterbrained tonight, but I did want to get this out to you guys. Thank you for watching. Thanks for being patient, and I'll put out a new list tomorrow morning. Good luck to everyone this week, and as always,